So if you want access to the really cool things that we talked about earlier, you have to be able to control the container, which is the actual mechanisms that control our breath rhythm and our breath rate. And so the second pillar, mechanics, even though a lot of times it's not the sexier component of breath work, it's the actual skill. It's the actual practice of breath work is in the mechanical piece, because I can take a conscious role over how my muscles function. Fill that balloon up as much as you can. So how much air can I push out and fill this balloon up in a formal position? Okay, so now we're going to do some interventions. Okay, so just kind of take a mental note of how it felt to fill that balloon up and how big your balloon got. And now we're going to see if we can expand our capacity a little bit. When we're doing these next practical sections, we're going to do what's called some PNF breathing. All right, it's basically a contract relax cycle that helps us engage more of the nervous system and then relax our bodies in order to get a more full access to range of motion. And as you inhale, push into the ball. So we breathe in, we hold your pressure, and then exhale slow. 3, 2, 1, and then see if we can relax the abdomen a little bit more. Sink your weight into the ball. There you go. Hips are up off the floor. Bellies are tight, so we're not draping our hips over the ball. Inhale. As you inhale, really breathe into the ball. So try to move your ribs with breath. We're holding. Then we exhale slowly. Twist. Yeah, we can twist side to side. We can move north to south. We can move east to west. We're just trying to get motion into the ribs. Motion. Keep breathing nice and slow and even. Control your breath. If you breathe slow, that sends a signal to your body, hey, everything is fine. This range of motion we're introducing is okay. It calms the nervous system down. All right, so let's go ahead and sit up. Grab your balloon. Find the same breathing position that you used earlier. Remember, a nice big full inhale as much as you can through your nose, and then blow the balloon up in one breath. Really, it's all about making room for the lungs to expand, right? So when we look at this breath wave, it's all about making the container bigger and more effective at making room for the lungs to expand. And so when we talk about the diaphragm or the intercostals or your chest or whatever, the main thing to keep in mind, and what's much easier to imagine, I think, is that you can think about your rib cage like a cup and your lungs like the balloon that you have. Most of the time, what we're breathing into is like sticking that balloon in a coffee cup and trying to blow it up. We really limit the size of the balloon by the container it's in. What we really want to do is make that coffee cup into more like a coffee can, so that when we blow that thing up, it can get much closer to its maximal volume. And literally, we're getting more fuel into the system just because the container is moving more effectively. All right, now the reality is that our lungs are actually incredibly elastic. And if you've ever seen a set of human lungs outside of the body and they fill it up, they stretch way beyond the capacity that our container has. So the only limiter on how much we can get in is the size of the rib cage and how effectively we can move that container. Does that make sense? Yeah?